I mentioned Kath, and actually what I should do is also, I was meant to do it last time, is give a massive kudos to her for being up on Anthony Gormley's 4th plinth back, oh gosh, at the end of August. It's because it was a while ago now. She did a stint up on the 4th plinth on, oh, when was it, like the 25th or something. So we all went up to London to Trafalgar Square and watched her for an hour and had a good laugh, and even better was she got applauded. So I guess because she wasn't one of those boring people that just stood there doing nothing. So I haven't had a chance to say it properly, and I think what I should say publicly, and actually for all the other people that had the guts to go up there, well done. But mentioning Kath, I went to her youngest son's birthday party on this Sunday just gone, and we went to the local cinema to see Aliens in the Attic. Now, this has been very well hyped, very well promoted, and very highly rated from what I've seen. So, thinking I was going to go see, you know, kind of fun, I don't know what I was expecting to see, but I was expecting to see something really, really good. However, and again, this is just my opinion, I was highly disappointed. I guess, you know, as I said about G-Force last time, G-Force was ridiculous. It had the elements that just made you sit there going, oh my god. But you came away feeling entertained. This, it was formulaic, it was by the book, it was very, you know, and I came away just going, that was okay. I'm not saying it was bad, but I'm not saying it was good. And for me, I just other than the amount of computer gaming product placement in it, which I know is standard, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I mean, when you've got a kid on the screen that is, for like, what, the whole movie? Wearing this t-shirt with Activision across the, and they make constant Xbox and Nintendo Wii jokes, it gets a little tiring, even for me as a gamer. But they ripped off Mars Attacks at the very beginning when the credits roll, and considering Mars Attacks is a rip-off of all sci-fi, you know, Z-flicks, it's a little disconcerting when you're ripping off a rip-off. But it had this element of like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, when you've got these numerous members of the family, like you got about, oh, there was a massive cast in this one house. There was like four adults. Yeah, 4 adults, and then like you got like 4 teens, and then like 3 younger kids. So you're talking like seven kids, 4 adults in this one house. And a lot of the money seemed to be put on like the CGI, because you have these aliens. I don't want to go into spoilers. What I really want to do here is just give my opinion, because it's not fair for those who haven't seen it yet. And I do recommend you go see it if you want to go see it. I'm just saying, personally, I came away just feeling, you know, there was a few good jokes in there. There was an excellent one where this, and actually this is like one of those really old jokes where they say, you know, that this isn't like Xbox. This is real life, like we, and I can't remember exactly, but that was the essence, and that was funny, but that was the only real joke in there that made me sit there and laugh for about, you know, the whole time. And the thing is later I was still laughing, but in actual fact I was just remembering that joke from earlier. So, you know, there was some slapstick in there, but it was, I mean, it's a kids movie, but even, I mean, I love kids movies, so it's not even as if I can say, oh, it's because it's a kids movie, it was disappointing because I'm an adult. It's not that at all, because I think, especially with the way movies have been going, and certainly with, you know, like the CGI movies and stuff, a lot of kids movies now appeal to adults as well, you know, be it the juvenile humour, be it whatever. And certainly with a big budget movie like this, where they've got humans and live action and CGI interacting, you would think that they would try to make a bigger demographic, if you will. But I didn't feel that, and the ending was very, very flat. It was very, I don't know if they realised they were running out of time or what, but it just felt like they just rushed to go, oh, we're going to resolve this, boom, that's the end. And also there was a big slip up. I mean, big slip up. I just noticed it because I'm nitpicky. In that at one point near the end, they'd been calling this one little alien, by this little girl, the name that this little girl had been given it, and they'd been calling it that because they hadn't seemed to grasp the concept of the alien's real name. And then, without any warning, in the heat of the moment, this boy calls out this alien's real name, and then later calls him by the name again. So it was like, hey, hang on, you should have called him that earlier. You can't know his name. So, but again, I mean, it's a kids' movie. Nobody's gonna. I was probably the only one who even remotely noticed that. So, it's not bad, but I've seen better. 2.5 at the most, really, out of 5, because it was just far too formulaic and boring. It had potential, but it just didn't seize it. So I'm going to cut this short now, because I know I keep saying I'm going to cut this short and then I end up blabbering, as actually I have done this time. But I want to try and keep the subject matter compact. And like I say, I want to try and spread out over the next few weeks what I'm trying to catch up on. So, in actual fact, next week, Shadow is going to get fixed. Yes, we're going to rip out her insides and de-womanize her. She was supposed to go Tuesday, but due to complications of getting one of the kittens rehomed, she's going to be going Friday instead. But the oddest thing, and there are actually people who seem to be debating this, and I don't know if any of you know any better, is I've been told by my vets that the kittens have to be separate from her for like a good week or so pre-op. So that her milk dries up. Now, they told me to separate them, because of course I'm keeping one of them. Whether the other two had gone or not, I am keeping one of them, so I got to figure out a way of separating them. Well, I live in a bungalow. I'm on one level, and they do not like shut doors. They're used to all the doors being open. So the second I shut one of them in the room, they're going to be at the door going, so that's just not feasible. It's not fair on them to do that. So I have a very kind friend, Steph, who is looking after Scully for 5-6 days pre-op. But the interesting thing is I've heard from other people that that's rubbish, that that's not necessary, that the milk will dry up when it wants to dry up. It doesn't matter whether the kitten's there or not. So I don't know, I'm just listening to my vet, because that's what they said, and I don't want to risk, leaving it, and then I take her for the operation, and they say, well, actually, her milk hasn't dried up, so we can't do the op, because there's a high risk that she's going to go on heat again. So, and I really can't deal with more kittens. So, I really need to get her done ASAP, but this is a weird concept to me, so I don't know if, like I say, any of you have heard this, or if this is true, or if this is bull. So I know it's going to be weird with me not having Scully here for a good week, because it'll be like, I'm a little worried about her getting settled and then having to re-shift again and whatnot. But it's going to be weird without her here, and certainly with Shadow kind of already pacing around, now Zebby's not here. She's going to probably be like, where they gone? And then of course Scully will come back and be, oh my god, she's invading my territory. But we'll see. But like I say, if any of you know about this, then please let me know. But yeah, so that'll be Shadow's big adventure next week. So I'll be able to tell you next week all about that fun. But for now, I'll cut this short. Again, I've blabbered for another, 10 minutes? I don't know what the time running is on this at the moment. And really need to get a monitor or something that says, you are going over time. But for now, Everybody take care and see you somewhere down the line.